Hi everyone, welcome to TED Talks. Today we're here to talk about are all ESFPs performers with dear Kristin. And so I'm wondering about your thoughts on this topic. Do you think it holds any grains of truth?
Definitely for me personally, absolutely. I've often wondered if I'm an extreme version of an ESFP because I do feel like I'm performing or entertaining most of my day. It's not that when I say performing, I don't mean I'm putting on something that's inauthentic or unreal. But I guess using SEFI, I'm so physically present in my reality with people, and I want the sense data reality. And I want just everyone to be having a good time, because that's what with SEFI, that's what I'm prioritizing most of the time, is sort of just, going with those feelings, having fun, exploring, getting energized and adrenaline from the sense data. So I kind of am valuing that. So I want everyone else around me to have a good time as well. So that means that in my day-to-day, my top priority, generally speaking, would be making sure the people around me are having fun and a good time. If I can make them laugh, that's it. Like, that's goals for me. So in terms of, I think a lot of people misunderstand the stereotype as like ESFPs are like vain or attention seeking, or like they need to be the center of attention, and that's sort of like a vice. And don't get me wrong, I think we probably would be prone to such vices, but I think ESFPs, even when they're at their most virtuous, you'll still see that come out in a really like in a loving way. You just love the people around them. You want them to be enjoying themselves and having a good time. And it's you're so, as ESFPs, we are so comfortable in the space. We're comfortable with manipulating sense data with, it doesn't overwhelm us at all. So we can talk to multiple people, we can have multiple things going on, and we just kind of want everyone to catch the feelings that we have. So I think that's where I think for me, that's what performer entertainer means. I do find that no matter how much I've matured in my life, that's a role I've still fulfilled everywhere. And throughout my entire life, I'm an entertainer in some regard. So yeah, I think there is truth to it.
Absolutely. I find that's why a lot of ESFPs test out as Enneagram 7, because there is a quality of wanting to uplift the environment to bring up the mood. And so if there's like a boring workplace, an ESFP is going to find a way to make it a little bit more fun for everyone, whether it's cracking a joke or making an observation and lightening up the mood. And so they're really good at that. And so it's never a dull day. Not all ESFPs are performers, but there definitely is a reason for why that name exists for the type. And it's because the extroverted sensing is really interactive and playful. And the FI, it's tuned into vibes. So it's not just FE that likes vibes, the FI likes vibes too.
Yeah.
And so if you have someone who's very tuned in to the now, they're going to want to make the current moment as fun and playful and energizing as possible, not just for themselves, but for their environment. It's a playground.
Exactly. We're constantly sort of like paying attention to what we can play with in the sense data. And that might even look like looking around and sort of seeing that someone's sitting alone or seems not to be enjoying themselves. And we might, be like, hey, new person, let's go, kind of lift their vibe a bit. So, yeah. And I think not all ESFPs, as you said, would present as obviously performers. But the ones in my life, I have to say, like, I'm probably on this side of the extreme side of the spectrum in terms of performer. But yeah, all ESFPs I know fall somewhere on the spectrum in terms of they do know how to fill that space when they need to, because they are confident in the sense data and with lots of stuff happening around them. And they trust their ability to step up in that environment subconsciously.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Kristin, for your wonderful thoughts on this topic. And yeah, it is definitely a spectrum. And I find that there is a grain of truth to why people call ESFPs performers, because of that ability to turn anywhere you go into a player. Sometimes when there's Yeah, into a party. Yeah. And so factors can mitigate how an ESFP shows up. If they've gone through trauma, they may not be as performative as you would expect from others, because trauma tends to tamper down personality. But you can see where this notion comes from, why people call ESFPs this, and how it links back to the functions of SEFI. So
yeah, and actually, I like what you said about that, because as I've grown and as I've gone to therapy and worked through my stuff, I find I've become even more of a playful child at heart, you know? So yeah, that natural personality that exists within all of us, it just goes to show it's like beautiful. It's inherent to us and it's beautiful.
Well put. Couldn't have put it better myself. I find the EP types to be the biggest youthful at heart. It's like no matter what age they are, if you catch them at 60 or 70, they have this inner child in them. And I'm not calling them immature, but I'm saying that they're always looking at the world through a fresh pair of eyes. And so when you're around them, you actually regain a sense of childlike wonder. And so, yeah, thanks for coming out. You're a wonderful soul, creating wonderful content in the type community. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.
See ya. Bye.